All right. So it's easy, and I'm always demonstrating how easy it is to do this in the C box. We'll just take it up to the 6. You know the half diminished a little harder, but D minor, E minor, E, A minor. If you start from the C, start from the sorry, start from the A box up here. All right. Now what happens? We can't capo that because we can't get to it, because C is the only one you can get to all of them without going below the bar. So A, we start here, finger bar, but then we're going to expand that down to a C-shaped D minor, C minor. Now we have to play a C minor, so it gets a little sticky. I could do it in arpeggiation. I can arpeggiate it better than I can play it. So the A would be like but the C minor would start on that 6 and go. Now that's inversion. Warp there. This is play it as you see it. Now the D minor, same thing. All right, you're going to get this D minor 3-5-7. Now just look at the D minor shape. So here you got, in this position below it in the C minor, you got the true D minor. You're just bringing that kind of up to this. But guess what? That is not what you'd think it is. You'd think it would be an E minor. It's not. In the A shape there, okay, for the D minor with the bar on the 5, that D minor shape is not going to be on the bar. Okay, so that's a D minor shaped third minor, E minor, right? 7-3-5. 7-3-5 right there. So we're up here, we're 7-3-5. Okay. Actually, guess what? It is on the bar. Yeah, it's on the bar. Sorry. So it is a whole step above the D minor. But the D minor in C is not on the bar. All right. See, the D minor is not being played on the bar. It's being played above the bar. So I was half right. You got to pay attention to that. Is the bar hitting one of those notes? And all those little chords I never paid attention to, because my finger was hitting them, and I didn't think they were chords. I just thought they were nothing. Partial chords to be ignored because I needed full chords, but really they weren't partial chords. If you have 3 notes, you have a chord. So you just go up there like that, a C minor shaped chord. Like if I could play a C minor, which I stink at C minors, I can't just rattle off the chord. And then a D minor shaped E minor in the key of C, and then a D major shaped F, right? Root 4-6. And then it is then we go to the 5th, all right, which is an E shaped G. So we're going to have 2-5-7 right there. In this particular is where you put your fingers. Then we go to the A minor, but it's going to be G minor shaped, and it's going to be root. So it's going to be more something like and then up to root again. But it's G minor shaped. And we can talk about that. There's some significance there, because if you look at this G minor, this is talking about the next chart kind of. And this is a good primer for the next concept. Okay, let's talk about G minor. If you go one pentatonic scale up from G minor, you get an A shape, right? So G minor would be the relative sixth of the A shape. In this, what do we got here, A shape? Well, you know when you play an A, it's root. So it's all C, right? But G minor isn't the relative, it's an A shape. So I think we've got to be a little more careful here. And another thing is that if it's the sixth minor, all right, it's pretty easy, but you've got to start on that A shape on the top, and then you're going to count all the way up. So it's root A, Dorian C shape, Phrygian D shape, okay? Then we got the EEs, we got the E shape, and we've counted all the way up to this. All right, I'm messing up here. You know, we've counted all the way up. I probably got the C shape. So this is what it's going to be involved in. Looking at not only what is it the relative of, but looking at where are we on the scale. So, you know, there's two things that we have to remember about a minor. What is the cage shape above it? And that would be the relative major. So A shape, A would be the relative major of this 5 root 3, okay, as I said. But it's also, you know, you can look at it as, because we're looking at the 6, it's also equal to the 6. But if you look at, say, this C minor here, and say, what's the relative major of a C minor? The relative major is going to be one pentatonic scale up, would be a D. So the relative major of the Dorian is going to be D, the fourth. And notice I said this was 1, 4, 5. So D would be the fourth. And there it is, D-shaped 4. So there's two attributes for each minor. What is its relative major, and where is it relative to the root? From the root, we count up in a pentatonic scale. So A will go to C. When we want to find the relative major, we go up from there. All right. So from the minor, we go down one. What we did have to go down one? Well, apparently we had to go down. No, we didn't have to, because we went from C to D. Okay, but if we want to find out what relative to the root chord, we had to go down one on pentatonic. So there's two attributes for every minor. We'll get to that. I know I messed up a little bit, but it works. I made sure it works this time. I made sure it's going to work this time. So we're coming up on the end of this segment. Let's just start with a little what's going on here and there. Okay, I just had to put my vest on. Yeah, there's two attributes for the minors. There is where is its relative major and where is the relative root. Because there's 3 majors per scale. There's the root, the fourth, and the fifth. There's 3 minors per scale. So where is its... The 6 has a relative root as a major. The second has a relative fourth of the major, and the third has a relative fifth. So you go up from the minor chord to get to its relative major scale or major chord. Additionally, each minor is relative to the root, so that could be anywhere from 2, 3, or 6 with the minors, okay? And, you know, even majors are relative to the root, so the fourth is the fourth, it's relative. Fifth is fifth relative. The sixth is sixth relative. But you go down a pentatonic scale to do it. So when we do 5, we go